Hi YouTube. Well, today is the 24th of April and as you can probably tell I'm talking to you, I have been debonded of my top braces and I'm really pleased to say that I love my new teeth. I'm absolutely thrilled. I had my appointment yesterday. I think when I last reported on YouTube, I'd just been to see my orthodontic consultant at the hospital, who'd advised that she was going to recommend I be debonded on the 10th of April. I was really excited, and I knew that I'd got to sort a series of appointments out with my dentist and the hospital in order to get my temporary crowns replaced, which are this tooth here, that on, and that on. So anyway, the day came, I was supposed to go on the 10th of April, but my orthodontist booked a holiday, so it was rearranged. And I didn't see my actual consultant for the rearranged date because she was busy, but they didn't want to delay my debond any longer. So I saw a different consultant orthodontist and her registrar, both of whom were absolutely lovely. And straight away she was like, right, come on, let's get on with this debond. And they were all ready and set to debond both my upper and lower braces. But she just felt that there was one tiny little gap left at the bottom down here that she could tweak and make even better. That my bottom teeth are never going to be perfect because I've had some teeth removed, so that there's never going to be a perfect alignment, but there is a little bit of a gap at the moment there. So she wants to she just said, after all this treatment, you can have them off today by all means and they will look fine, but if you can bear with them for another 3 or 4 weeks, I can get rid of that gap. So I said, you know what, I've had four years of treatment, just I can put up with another 4 weeks. So she debonded the top so that I could whiz off to my dentist to get some impressions taken for my permanent crowns to be made up. And in the meantime, he fitted these temporary ones, which aren't perfect. They're not a great colour match, and they're not the shape that my my crowns are going to be. I'm having the zirconium crowns, which apparently are the best ones to have aesthetically and for your body. And they should be ready in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to have those fitted on the 13th of May. And then I have to go back to the hospital to have a new retainer moulded, because I was given a retainer yesterday for my top, but that's just a temporary retainer. I'll put it here actually. It's the simplest thing. Just this little thing there. Click down. Ah, it's on. It's quite tight, but it's just like a little. My kids both play hockey, and they have gum shields, and I suppose it looks a little bit similar to their gum shield. So I've got that, and an impression was taken of my top teeth, and this is the impression that they took. They gave it to me, and that's what they gave my retainer on. So you can see my dental arch now really clearly. Before my surgery, that dental arch was so narrow, and there were teeth all over the place, all higgledy-piggledy. Never mind the fact that it was set further back than my bottom jaw. So to get that and to see that and to get the retainer sat on it, to see the shape of my teeth, I was quite excited yesterday. But it was quite a traumatic day as well. I found I was absolutely exhausted in the evening because my first appointment at the hospital was to be debonded, and then to have this bottom brace tweaked. Well, I was there for a good hour, an hour and 10 minutes maybe. Debonding wasn't a problem at all. It was just a series of clicks where he snapped the wires and pulled the brackets off, and then used like a buffer to get all of the resin off, the bonding resin. And it didn't hurt at all, but it was just not a very nice sensation. In fact, I said to them afterwards, it was probably one of the worst experiences throughout the whole treatment. But then when they changed the wire at the bottom here, just to tweak this gap, because of the altered sensation that I've still got in this area here. Oh, it just felt like somebody had lit a match and held the flame on this part of my lip here, because if you do anything to my teeth, the bottom here, it sends off this very strange, painful sensation here. And when I touch there, I can now feel my skin. The numbness has eased off slightly, and I feel like someone's tickling me on the inside of my gum with a feather. But you do anything to the teeth, and it feels like someone just lights a torch paper and holds it on my skin. It just burns. So that took a little while to wear off, but then of course I had to drive over to my dentist after that for him to take these temporary caps off, take impressions for my porcelain crowns to be made, and then put these temporary crowns on, which involved a couple of injections up there underneath my nose to completely numb this area. And then back to the hospital to have impression taken for my temporary retainer, which I was really pleased it only took an hour for them to make, so that was good. So I didn't have too much hanging around. And then, yeah, really happy, really pleased. My new crowns that are being made are one off the lightest shade that they do without going into the bleached shades. So my dentist was like, oh, you don't even have to think about having your teeth whitened, which I thought I would want once I've got my teeth straight. But luckily for me, they've buffed up nice and clean, because my children keep saying, well, before I had my braces off, my children kept saying to me, oh, your teeth have gone yellow. It must have just been the resin, because I think at the bottom you can see the difference in colour there. Well, that was the colour of the top as well. So I do just think it is the bond that they glue the brackets on with. So anybody out there who has that, don't worry that your teeth are going yellow, because honestly they buff up lovely. So yeah, that's it. That's me. Very happy with my smile as is. I'm having my new zirconium crowns fitted on the 13th of May, so only 3 weeks from now. If they have time at the hospital on that day to debond my lower and fit my retainer that day, the same day that I pop back to have my upper retainer fitted, they will do. Otherwise, the latest date that I'll be going and having my lower braces removed and retainer fitted will be the 20th of May. So and then that's it. I'm pretty much all done. I think it'll just be annual visits for the next 5 years, just to make sure that everything's okay. In terms of the surgery and the difference that that's made, I was just looking at my video actually that I made in February, and I think I thought my swelling had gone down then, but I think my face looks even slimmer now. Nothing a bit of a facelift wouldn't fix, actually, just to get rid of a few lines. But I do notice I still have a little bit more wideness this side than this side. But I was told, looking at the x-rays, that was present before my surgery. It's just because it's been pushed back. I'm trying to get it right in the tip of my head. Because of my surgery and it being pushed back, it's perhaps slightly more noticeable that that side's slightly wider. And I've noticed that my profile is, I'd say, nicer that side than that side, but probably not much in it. But compared to the profile that I had before, I'm totally thrilled, and I can honestly say anybody who is either thinking about orthognathic surgery, upper and lower jaw surgery to correct your underbite, overbite, it's just over 4 years since my first consultation, and whilst at the time it felt like it was just going to take forever, I actually don't know where those 4 years have gone. Every stage of the treatment, whilst at some points I might have felt down or fed up or when is this going to come to an end, it's like anything, I suppose. In hindsight, it's easy to say, but I can honestly say that if I had to, I would do it again. And I would recommend it to anybody who has been affected by, whether it be your ability to eat, speak, getting the onset of arthritis in this joint here because your jaw doesn't fit together properly, which is what I was getting, whether it's because you lack self-confidence, self-esteem, you've been teased, which are all the things that I had. Just do it. Honestly, it is so worth it. And if anybody has got any questions, then I would be happy to speak to you or email you. But I can't stop looking at my smile. And I haven't even got my bottom ones off yet. It looks a bit wonky actually, because my bottom brace isn't straight because it's pulling some teeth up there to close the gap. Otherwise, I think it would look more straight. But either way, I'm absolutely thrilled with my smile. And my daughter last night when I came home was like, "Oh, it's weird, it's weird, it's weird." It's a nice weird. So, bye for now, YouTube. And honestly, please get in touch if you have any questions. I'd be really happy to answer them.